Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of Earth Under Siege Flashpoint. This game is 1 to 4 players, takes about 60 to 90 minutes, and is for 14 plus. The premise of this game, in case you don't know what Earth Under Siege is it's a sci-fi campaign game. And you know we love campaign games here on Meet Me at the Table. This one is based on covert missions where we're going to be stopping invading alien forces. That is the primary mission of our group as we go through. Now, of course, you can play from 1 to 4 of these different characters trying to stop these aliens from invading us. They're going to be using things such as stealth, sabotage. They're even going to try ambush-style combat. So we're going to do everything we can to try to stop these aliens from coming in. Now, this game is also our all-in Kickstarter pledge. We backed this game when it was on Kickstarter, and it has finally come to us. So we're excited to dig into this and see what it's all about. If you're interested in seeing a playthrough of Earth Under Siege, Colin will be doing a playthrough very soon, so please stay tuned to take a look at that. If you can't wait that long and you really want to see this game played, Steve over at the Coop Guild will be doing a playthrough on Monday at the time of this recording, so that's tomorrow at the time of this recording. Go check out Coop Guild. There'll be a link in the description of this video for that video in particular, and also the end screen for our videos will guide you towards a couple of our friends, Kanji Studios and also Coop Guild, so please, at the end, please just click on one of those links and you'll be sent there and you can check out the playthrough of Earth Under Siege tomorrow at the time of this recording. So we're going to dig into this game, see what it's all about, but it's not an all-in pledge if we don't have some sculpted tokens. If we also don't have not 1, but 2 missions. We have 2 missions. We have this one as well. This is also part of this, is like the continuation. We also have the operative expansion. We have terrain packs, and we have a campaign tracker. Look at all this stuff. There is so much to unbox. So if you're excited to see all the stuff that is in this game and what Earth Under Siege is all about, then I need you to meet me at the dice, and we've got also some extra tokens. Table!
High class roller, find yourself on top of a hill. You buy yourself a first class bungalow.
Now, before we dig into this game, there are a few things I do want to mention. I actually have not had a chance to try this game. Colin and Steve both got a chance to try this game out at Gen Con with the designer, and I was unable to do that because I was running a 5-player Nemesis game. We were in a fight for star survival ourselves, and we succeeded. It was super fun. I always have a great time playing Nemesis epic game, but they were able to try this game while that was going on, so I haven't had a chance to try this one yet. Also, I do want to mention, it's not only campaign, I know I mentioned that in the intro, but you also have what they call an assault mode, and we also have an extinction mode. So those are going to be like standalone type ideas of being able to play this game. Let's take a look at what is inside of this game and see what we can get from Earth Under Siege. Looks like it actually deploys into 2 separate boxes, which is actually pretty awesome. Looks like one is the tokens and books and the cards. The other one's going to be all of our character sheets and all of the different miniatures. So let's take a look at this box first. We have our punch boards. We're going to set those aside and take a look at them. We also have the rule book. The rule book is, let's see how many pages. Whoop, 52. It's right on the back. It says it on the back. On top of that, it does have a great list of icons and so a player aid on the back of this. Hopefully there's also maybe a card that has it too, because there's a lot of stuff going on here with the player aid and player actions and things. It does have an index if you need to find something. Fantastic. And we'll have to read through this. Actually, Colin will have to read through this, and then he'll be doing a playthrough, and who knows, he'll maybe even give me a chance to try this game as well after he does one. Looking forward to seeing this game in action. Like I said, Steve over at the Co-op Guild will be doing a playthrough of this tomorrow, which is at the time of this recording, so please go check out his playthrough. All right, we're going to set that book aside, and we're going to dig into more of this. Here's our campaign book. Our campaign book is a hefty 83 pages. It's going to have, I'm sure, a lot of neat things going on in it. Now, I don't mind showing kind of the first part of this. Like I said, there's an assault mode and a campaign mode as well. There's the story behind Earth Under Siege. Here's starting a campaign, how to get yourself up and running. Here's the mission phases, and then here's the different enemies during debriefing phase. You got all these different phases of the game. cards, and then base divisions. Where's this thing? Special ops. Got it. Assault mode, campaign mission, extraction mode. Mission 1, Counter-Strike. So here's your first mission. You're going to lay out the map, I guess you could say, how it is. You obviously have an objective that you have to complete. You also have the setups and the display. This is all I'm going to show you. I'm not going to show you anymore, but there is even more rules, another 18-page rules just to these, so you understand how this whole campaign book works. Let's take a look at our first punch board. Now there's a lot of different punch boards, so we're going to go over these the best I can. These are upgraded action tokens that, from what I understand, as you play through the game, you're going to be able to use these, perform special different actions, and they're going to be moving back and forth on a card that is going to be exhausted versus unexhausted. So you're going to want to be able to use these they kind of give you a bit more actions and things you can do on your turn. These are going to be some of our focus tokens right down here. These are elite blip tokens. Now these are double-sided, so on the back it does show the person here. These are going to be our portal tokens. We're going to teleport between them, or the enemies could as well. These are all clear. We like all clear tokens. Those are fantastic. You can't go wrong with all clear tokens. We have some of our, these up here are just a few of our basic Valor tokens we're going to have. We do have, I think on the back here, these are our wounded tokens as well, the ones that are the backside of these. These tokens right here, I think are going to be just special tokens that are going to be used during play at some time, and I believe these are door tokens. I'm not exactly sure 100% on that, but I believe those are the different doors. Here's some more of the Valor tokens. Look at all of them. There's a whole ton of them. These are some of the Overwatch tokens, I believe, so you know if an enemy is waiting for you or not, or you are. These are objective tokens, and there's a whole ton of these. Oh, these are upgraded action tokens. I apologize. These are upgraded action tokens. These are our regular action tokens. You start with these. You can upgrade to not only do this, but you can also gain back probably a health point, or you gain a red die, or you get to move and draw a card. So these are going to be upgraded action tokens that are going to make our characters more powerful as we go forward. Again, I believe these might be different terrain pieces as well over on the side here. So that's a few of the other things on these punch boards. I wonder, oh, let's look at the back. I wonder if there's stuff on the back side. Yep, more wound tokens and things of that nature on the back side of these particular tokens as well. Next punch board we have, now remember those Valor tokens? These are upgraded Valor tokens, which can become even better for you. Over here are some of our statuses. They are dual-sided, so the other status that is on the backside as well. These are barricade tokens, but on the other side of it, these are armor tokens. And over here are a few more of these, I believe, going to be different terrain type tokens. And of course, more, these are not damage tokens. These are going to be more status tokens that we see right here. Well, we have one more after this. These are going to be tactician tokens over here. These right here are alert tokens, and whether or not they are either alert or they are surprised. Surprise is on the backside of here. We have more action tokens, a few more status tokens, or sorry, not status tokens, but special kind of player tokens here. Now these are going to be just our normal standard blips and patrols, and depending on what color they are, the enemy is going to be doing particularly different things. I believe the green one means that the person is stationary, but you still know who it is that is stationary in the room. You're going to, I believe there's going to be a system where you're going to figure out who it is once you reveal the token, but you do know that there are many different ways that these tokens can operate. It's not just one single type of token that's going to denote a person in a room or a corridor, things of that nature. And yes, this is a very stealth-based game, as you can tell, with a lot of different blip tokens and things of that nature. Again, more terrain. We'll continue on. We have here a few more of our, these are going to be our health tokens right here. These are going to be the health tokens for our characters, our damage tokens. We also have special Valor tokens, so not only can we upgrade them, but we also have special ones as well. We have special tokens right here, and we have some more tokens over on this side that are going to mean where we kind of come in. I'm sure like you have extraction points and insertion points, things of that nature. And the final set of tokens over here, which are dual-sided again, because they do show some of the other tokens. And oh, this is my favorite. They have labeled what they are. So if you're never using a token as a double-sided token, please put what it is on the other side. It's like I really like to know what the token is if you're not going to double-side it. But of course, a lot of these are dual-sided, which is really cool. So you're able to use them for multiple things. I really think that's awesome. So we'll move those those aside and we'll look at some of our areas. So these are some of the different places that you can go. The maps are double-sided, and of course you're going to be laying them out as you saw in that book as kind of, you probably have something like this laid out here. So this is going to be a corridor or something that we're going to be going down. We have an T intersection, or not T intersection, an X intersection, I guess. X marks the spot. We also have T intersections here that again could be like this, and you could put a one of those room, like maybe a 4x4 room here or something, and then you'll have those different doors that show you where the entrance points for each of these are. We'll put those aside because we have even more stuff down here. Here's some more corridors. We have an exit and entry. That's interesting. We have a, looks like an armory, just a basic corridor, looks like. Even we have a computer lab area here. And we have, these are both single-sided rooms. Interesting. All right, yep, and they're double-sided, except for this one. They were just fine. Let's see what else. We have a smaller armory. That's pretty cool. So these are all individual rooms. So these rooms might not even be connected. There might be an entrance here and an entrance here or something. Who knows? Well, you have to have an entrance to that room or it would be bad city. All right, let's continue on. Again, more tiles. Look at all these tiles. This is so cool. The amount of map making is going to be amazing. Now, the cool thing I like about this game that I've seen so far is that the map is already pre-laid out for you, which is kind of neat. And I just really like the cool, I really like how when you're making a map like this, it eventually comes out and it looks so cool. For example, you just really can kind of build out and feel like this place is alive by having all these things come together with these neat corridors going around it like this. Then potentially, now of course I don't know if this is how it's going to be built, but then we have another like room over on this side over here between these two rooms. I think that's really cool. I like this. I like how these tiles are very well done. Some of the best tiles I've seen in a long time. We can look at some of the awesome art on these tiles here. Oh, that's no good for this guy. He did not make it. Oh, this guy didn't make it either. That's too bad. Oh, we have a barracks here. Oh, and even some of these can go together. Check out this. You can make a big, long barracks room, which would be pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. We have a medical bay here. We have, well, again, a guy didn't make it. This looks like a cryo sleep chamber. Interesting. Okay, so we'll put all of these, again, I've moved everything around, but that's okay. It was super cool to see all this cool stuff. All right, we'll bring the box back in. We have some cards. Now, I'm not going to go through probably all the cards, especially if there is any type campaign type thing that I could spoil from this, but do know I will try to show off some of the stuff for you so you can see it. The first thing is we do have our dice. There are 6 white dice, 3 black dice, and I believe 2 black dice and 3 red dice. And from what I understand, if you're able to roll more than those, that's it. This is like the amount of my dice you can actually roll. I believe this is just a straight 6-sider, but the rest of these are custom dice that are going to be able to do different things, or mainly, and are of course also just used mainly as an action type die. The black dice, it looks like they're going to be able to give you some of those cool boons, where the other ones are all just going to have successes on them, or obviously blank sides, which are bad. Looks like you want to roll the red dice, and you do not want the bad guys to roll red dice. That's what it looks like. Those are the ones that come in the core game, and of course we have upgraded dice. The clear dice here. We have clear dice, which are kind of cool. So it's the same dice, just these are the upgraded dice from the Kickstarter. Also, after looking at that punch board, we have our own set of special plastic ones that were part of the Kickstarter upgrade pack. So these are actually just plastic ones instead of cardboard, which are pretty cool. I like the fact that we have nice thick ones as well. These are pretty neat. Look at how cool those are. All right, so these are like an upgraded one. All right, we'll put these all back. There was a set of tiles that were down here in a pad. I think these are basically very specific to missions because they all have different letters on them, J1 through J8 or J7. Oh wow, look at this one. Lasers. Okay, and let's see what's on the back. Just some, I believe these are all going to be, like I said, here's SP. So these are all going to be, I believe, mission related tiles. Well, look at these. These will look like, if you put them all together, it looks like you can make like, look at that graphics on that. Kind of reminds me of the ship from Alien. It kind of looks like Mother. Let's see here. All right, anyway, we'll put those aside. Those are pretty cool. Actually, I'll put them right back in the box. Why not? Throw them right back in there. Okay. Remember all of those Valor tokens we saw on the punch board? You stick them in here, and I believe you're going to be drawing them when you meet certain milestones and things of that nature, giving you extra powers and extra things you can do. This is what's called, I guess they call it a Valor bag, which is holding all the Valor chips. This one's going to be pretty quick. There are some basic training cards right here, which you're going to pick different tactics, and you're going to get extra bonuses based on the tactics you choose for each round. We'll put those aside. We have these. These are Zenith Armory cards. So if you're able to break into the aliens area, you're able to get some cool things. I'll show you maybe a couple of these. Here's one right here. We could get ourselves a wormhole grenade, or we could get ourselves a, let's see if we can figure this one. Whoosh, let's see what we got. We found a disruption field generator. So it's just a few things you can find. Of course, they have such awesome things. Amazingly, they can't beat us. We also We also have some complication cards, which would make the mission a little bit tougher as things goes on, and these might be drawn if things start going wrong or something happens inside the mission. We have a Mind Killer's Aura, so something that could particularly happen. We could have a black, we could enters a Kazag's Blackguard, or Crisis of Conscience. As we go through the game, we might gain these particular terrible things. And we also have down here some of the, what are these? These are going to be our specialists. We can gain extra specialists as well that could help us in the fight against the evil aliens. Let's see what else we have. We have more specialists. There are a few more here. Then we have a soldier and a tactician card. I think these are going to be just generic particular characters that are going to be out on the board at times. We have, now these are going to be all of our gear cards. We can gain ourselves a, what's this? A cybernetic enhancement. Use this, we'll discard a focus token to treat that token as a, I don't know, Colonel Flag token. I don't know what that is. All right. We also have some other ones here. We get like a tactical armor, which gives you an additional success from cover, which would be pretty neat. Then of course we've got some weapons as well. We've got trace rounds, which is a weapon. It's in the weapons. Okay, so we also have ammo inside some of the weapons as well. Let's see if we can find something else. We have a thermal scope. We've got a pain inhibitor. That's pretty awesome. All right, so these are all these are the different types of allied gear cards that we could possibly find. Before we continue on with the cards, I do want to talk about the player boards, and so we can understand some of these as I talk about some of the cards. The first person we have here is Oscar Vasquez. This character. Now I'll tell you a little bit about these. First off, they are dual-sided. One of these sides is going to be a squad operative, and the other one is going to be a squad member's dashboard. This is, for example, is a squad member, and this is not a squad member. This is a combat medic. So it does give you two different ways of playing the character. Now the squad members are going to have less that you have to deal with because they're not going to have like an action deck or a set of cards that can do things, but they are going to have a power here to offset that particular thing. The things you're seeing here are, you're going to see the different gear slots that you can put gear in. These are going to be where you put your weapons, your armor. Up here is where you put cards, unidentified type cards. You're also going to be able to put your action or some of your status tokens in there. Here's where you're going to put your focus tokens that you're going to be able to use. Your Overwatch tokens are going to go here. I apologize. I said I think during the showing of the tokens that it was a token for the enemies, but it's actually I think your token. Whether or not you're going to sit there at Overwatch, so if you see something come around the corner, you just take them out. Here is, and also said that the action tokens, you can move them between available and exhausted. And I think if I remember it, I said they were on a card. They're not. They're actually on your dashboard here, which is kind of cool. So you can slide these back and forth to be able to perform actions. Speaking of actions, you do have your skills up here. You have attack, you have defense, science, and stealth, and you have dice associated with that. Plus, of course, you can use focus tokens, I believe, to augment the dice rolls, giving yourself more, giving yourself help in some of those skills. Now, on the back side, of course, this is going to be the operative side of the game, where you get less starting focus and you don't get your power because you're going to have a deck of cards that goes along with it. But that's one of the characters. We have Olivia Moss as a squad member, or we have her as a Mad Doc. She's very good at science. We have Marissa Vasquez as a squad member. She's also here. She has a lot of attack. She's really combat focused, as you can tell, not too sciencey. We have Kyle Moss as a character as well. There's more underneath. There's a lot of people you can be here, which is pretty cool. This person is more built for stealth, as you can see. He's an assassin. We've got Hicks, I guess. This is from Aliens, maybe. Hicks is a squad member. All right, that's pretty awesome. Commander Hicks, sure. All right. This is really, did he take this from Aliens? I'm guessing he did. It doesn't look like Hicks, but that's okay. This actually looks more like Hicks, but maybe this is Kyle Reese from Terminator. We've got a character playing the same person. We have Billy No Mates as a squad member. We also have Billy as a sniper here as well. Now here is the main player action board that is out here. And we also have Gravity Maw, I guess. I don't want to show too much about that. It looks like a big giant guy you have to deal with at the end. This is just a place you can put all your tokens. We have investigate escalation track as it goes up. It'll tell you what you do when you reach certain things here. This is the threat level and the objective and data tokens you can put here. Here's your deploy pool and your team valor pool. You're going to have them all right there. All right, now that you've seen some of those in action, I'm going to show you some of the cards that go along with those particular people. But before we do, there is a base record sheet that also came with it. I believe as you go through the game, you can upgrade your base in certain ways, which is going to give you better gear and better tokens that you can use during your missions when you go out. Speaking of those cards, here's 216 different tactics cards that you can get in the game for your characters. These are out of control. We'll take a look at one of the characters real quick and to show you what some of these cards look like. And because I'm an Aliens fan, of course, you're going to see Hicks's cards. So these are the starter cards that you're going to gain with your at the beginning of your game. You're going to get 15 of these starter cards, as you can see here. But then as you go forward, you'll be able to unlock these other ones. So here's some level 1 cards, level 2 cards, and even up to level 3 cards that you're able to get during the game, which might be because you've completed certain missions or you've reached milestones in the campaign or things of that nature could unlock these particular cards behind them. These cards do have multiple things going on them at once. You could use this as ongoing gain cover, or you can gain these particular skills, or you can just play it as a focus of that shield type if you needed it to kind of survive at the very end. So you're about to take 1 more damage to die. Let's put this down and I won't die. So he has these particular cards. Here's another one. We have right in your face, which is awesome. If there are no enemies within line of sight to you, go into Overwatch. I could play that. Search your deck for an attack card and put that into your hand. So you could look for attack cards. Here's a second wind. Here's a move card. That's pretty good. Wait, am I supposed to cut the green wire? That's pretty funny. Combat readiness. We have a couple combat readiness cards. I know you're scared, son. We are all scared. Failure is not an option. That's pretty good. We've got shrewd tactics, which a couple of those. And then we go into our upgraded cards as well. Hide and seek, duck and cover. No time to bleed. I ain't got time to bleed. Right in the face. And watch your 6. That's pretty good. Okay, so these are just some of the cards that you can. Now, these are just one character's cards. Everybody has about the same amount of cards. I don't see why you would have less or more. But everybody has a good, huge deck of cards that they're going to be able to use throughout the game to not only start with, but then gain more as they go forward, making this campaign completely grow and expand as you go. Super cool. I can only wait to get some of these level 3 cards. That's awesome. But not everything in War is candy and roses. Here are going to be some of the wound cards that you can get. As you can see, they have the same backing. But for example, you get bad knee, I have to exhaust 2 movement tokens, or sprained hip, or you're getting muscle spasm, or even worse, the aliens could do stuff to me. They could do painful premonitions. They could give us an untethered from space and time trauma. They can give us some of these traumas. So these are more injuries and these are more traumas. These are more going to be mental and these are going to be more physical things that you're going to have to deal with that you could draw from your deck and have to deal with those. So is bad. All right, the next thing we have are going to be threat cards. These are the threat cards. They're going to change kind of what's going on. You could draw one of these and have phase jump. Choose a red or yellow blip token if there are none and teleport it to its target zone. Oh, that's no good. We have other ones as well. For example, here's one: place an Overwatch token on the nearest zone on the on point. I think they've heard you. So these are things that could happen to you during the game that spice up the game a little bit. Here are some special ops cards that you're going to be using during the game. For example, here is one: Extreme Prejudice. I'm assuming you've heard about the city on the Eastern Front that got wiped out, and that sounds like Starship Troopers. It's going to change the mission potentially for you or give you a new type of mission and that you're going to be trying to perform while you're doing your mission. Again, not exactly sure how these work. Again, apologize. I was not the one that got a chance to try out the game. Colin was the one who got to try out the game with Steve. So I'm going off kind of what I remember from reading in the Kickstarters and things. We also have a couple other, we have a red and green deck. These are the different spawn cards. So if you go into and you see a green blip, you're going to turn this over. It's going to be number 4. So whatever monster has or enemy has the number 4 on them, that particular monster is going to be the one that spawns on the blip. Operative force within 2 zones, exhaust on a yellow. Suffer for me, the nearest operative within 2 zones, suffer cripple. Well, that sounds bad. Empowered threat. Let's see if some of the other ones we have here. For example, here number 2 would be spawning. The bulwark, gain 1 armor. If that's the case, that would be bad. These are the more elite spawns. I'm not going to show these just because you'll experience them on your own. But moving over to the larger cards now, we do have each character is going to come, each squad member has a set of squad member abilities that you're going to be able to bring to the game if you wish to. Then we have our elite enemies here, which I'm not going to show you, but let's see if I can find one. Here we go. Okay, let's go this way. Here we go. I got an idea. Okay, this one is one of the first guys you find in the game. So remember those threat cards? You're going to turn those over, and it would spawn a particular monster enemy based on the number value on that card. Then this monster or enemy would hit the board, and it has particular attack actions and things that they're going to try to perform. Plus it has a set of base stats, 1 health, 4 armor, 2 movement, and 2, I'm not sure if that's going to be stealth or seeing, can't remember exactly, but just know that these are all going to be laid up across the top of the game board, and it'll show you which ones they are. So like, for example, this is number 3, this is number 2, and you'll put them out there, and if the number matches, this card matches that particular number, you'll spawn that one out on the board. That's how those work. And they do have a full set of player aids for you that show all the different things you can do during the rounds. Like I said, they're also squad member ability cards as well, which is pretty sweet. That's it for the main core box, except for the miniatures, I think, that are over in the other half of it. Before we dig into the miniatures box, there's one more small set of cards I missed. These are the mission or tactics cards that you can play. Each mission is going to give you a specific tactic cards, which then will give you additional things you can do on your turns or abilities or things that are going to help or hinder you as you go through the mission. So you do have these ones. You have espionage 1, 2, 3, 4, and clear ops, black ops 1 and 2, and breach and clear. So there's a whole bunch of different ways of entering into missions as you go in. All right, now let's get to these miniatures, because there's a lot of them. We have our characters, of course, up here at the top. It looks like here's Hicks. I'm going to keep picking out Hicks. Here's Hicks right here. Pretty good sculpts. They are nicely detailed, which would be fun to paint. If you're interested in seeing painted miniatures, please join me. I try to do one about every week that we can do to show you how to paint up your miniatures so that they're ready to go on the tabletop, so you don't just see gray. If you're interested in doing that, look at this guy's got a big, huge, giant gun. This guy's pretty awesome. He's carrying around a Gatling gun. That's awesome. All right. There are some down here, I believe, for the expansion stuff as well. It'd be really awesome if you could fit everything into one box. That'd be super cool. If we go down here, we have some more of the more normal miniatures, and then we have, oh my gosh, look at all these. I'm going to dig through some of them. Okay, open, says me. Come on. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Look at these guys down here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's got a big gun, too. Oh, he's got like, oh, this is like a rail gun. He's got a rail gun. He's carrying around a rail gun and like 2 rocket launchers or something on his back. Nope, 2 big giant shotguns. 2 big giant shotguns or something. That's out of control. Look at these guys. They have little laser whip things that are coming at you. Okay, maybe not. They're like tentacle things. Doc Ock type concept there. Look at this guy floating around up in the air. He must have sonic powers or something. Put Magneto to shame there. Let's see what else we have. Look at this guy. This guy's got a giant bat. He's got Lucille here. He's got a hand on. He's also got something in his hand there too. Looks like a little laser pistol gun or something. So super cool looking miniatures. Again, we have some more down here. I'm not going to dig through all these, but this right here is just the miniatures box alone. So these are all the different potential enemies and, of course, heroes that you can find in the game as you're playing. So that, now I've only shown you a few of them, but they are all pretty awesome looking. So it's not like I'm taking out certain ones that are my favorite. There are a few more characters. We got to show some of the characters. Oh, come on, Baron. Let's see here. This is looks like the scientist type character. We have one here. Here's our sniper guy. He's got his big sniper rifle right there. Here's this stealthy guy. This is the stealthy guy. Let's try and get him out. Here he is. Here's the stealthy guy. These do sit in there very nicely inside of this thing. They're not hard to, I know I'm saying it's hard to get them out. It's not. It's just they slide in and out without any problem. Super good. They're not like stuck in there. I know somebody had mentioned once that they hate how miniatures sometimes just jammed in there because it could ruin the paints that you put on them, which is very true. But these are nicely placed in there. That is good to go. All right, so those are the miniatures and everything. Let's move on to the expansion box. After completing the original campaign, this is the next set. This is like a new expansion that's going to continue the story on in this game. It has a new campaign book that you're going to go through. This one looks like 31 pages of more story and more missions that you can do. We have a new boss, a couple of them in there, which is pretty good. We do have some more tokens. These again are more upgraded tokens that we can get. We have some new things here, robotic facility, world killer, and they do tell us what they are on the back. It looks like we have a few more tiles that we're going to gain access to, and we have a whole new set of punch boards, or not punch boards, but a whole new set of these tiles where we can enter their base, or maybe they're entering our base, and oh, look at this, we're going to set up a whole outside thing. Are you kidding me? That is going to be amazing. Oh, it is. It's a huge park. Look at this. It's going to be so good. We can make an entire park here. That's super cool. Then, of course, we got like this it could be like our base, or it could be their base maybe that we're working on. No, I think it's probably our base. I'm sure or these humans. Who knows? We'll have to figure out as the game goes forward. Here we have more machine type things. We have an outside here, so it's gonna be like a park running into this base. You guys have this whole big thing. It's gonna be super cool. Oh my gosh, look at all these neat tiles. I really think the artwork on these tiles is out of this world. Super, super good. All right, we'll put those aside. And then we have some, now I'm not probably gonna go through most of these because you've seen a lot of this in already, but I'll see if there's any super different cards here or any of our, what is this? What is this? This thing is amazing. Oh, look at that. Look at the texture and detail on that thing. Oh my gosh, he's got 2 of these things. That's out of control. Now, sadly, it doesn't move. It'd be really cool if this thing's moved. That'd be awesome, but that'd be really tough to do. But look at this, like some spider bot thing. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So good. There's some more enemies for us to fight. I'm going to guess probably like a mini boss type character here that is going to be somebody we have to take on. But look at this thing is out of control. That takes the cake. That takes the cake. Oh my gosh, takes the cake and eats it too. Probably going to eat our characters. Oh my gosh. All right, so good. Those miniatures look absolutely awesome. We'll take a look at a few of the cards, see if there's anything super different about them, and then we'll move on to more stuff. The cards are a few more enemy cards here, Awakened and Berserker and things of that nature. We also get some new items and other things that are going to affect our characters. We get our own items and their own items. We get a set of those. And then we get a set of cards. These are all level 4 cards for our characters. So our characters are going to be gaining even more power moving into this particular campaign. And then we have more of those, more of these cards as well. There are 4 of them. So that's all that's in there for cards, but I still think that's quite a bit. We got a lot of cool things in this box. I mean, not to mention another huge campaign that we're going to be able to dig into. And not only that, you have to fight that giant thing in there. You can't go wrong with a big giant robot like that. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right, let's check out the rest of the stuff that came with the Kickstarter. The first one I want to look at is these sculpted tokens. The tokens they are replacing are going to be the, if I can get this off, are the soldier and technician. So there normally are tokens. You can replace these with the actual miniatures. So it gives you 4 of each of those. That's all that's in the sculpted tokens box. Let's move on to the next box. The next box we got is going to be our terrain box. Our terrain box is going to just cover, I think it has like doors and portals and things. Yes, it has a bunch of doors that we can use for our game. Then we have our portals down here that we can use. And it looks like we have some like sentry guns, maybe some sentry guns or turrets that we have. Those are all that's in the terrain pack. Now again, these are replacing some of the cardboard tokens to really make the game pop on the table. And again, these are going to be super easy to paint up. It's not going to be tough at all. You just paint, you can almost just make those metal if you want, maybe putting some gold on each of those parts there. And then that's all you'd have to do. It's like walking through a Stargate. I mean, it worked for Michael Dean Anderson for so many years, which is awesome. Let's see here. The next one we have, this one's actually one of my favorite ones. This is the operative expansion. This is key. If you can get this one's amazing because it comes with a whole bunch of more operatives that you can play with. I'm not really going to go through the cards on these, but they do have a whole bunch of them. It says 6 characters. Now remember you saw those empty spots in the box. This is where these are going to fill into those places for you. Or you could keep them aside in your own separate box if you want to in the operative box. It's up to you. But I believe all these cards are going to fit in that core box. So it does give you the ability to put all this stuff in the core box for yourself. Let's take a look at some of these dudes. Again, they can be used as operatives or they can be used as squad members. So you have Kane, who's pretty good at close encounters. We have Luna. Luna's in this as with the 2 swords. That's the character I pulled out of there earlier. She's going to be probably all built on stealth. I bet you're going to see a lot of people that are just going to be straight up used for certain things. We have Victor. We have Mama Bear Moss. All right, as a team leader. We have Rue, which is a sniper. Look at that. We have Dr. Victoria Usman. And we have back to Kane. So those are the characters we are able to gain inside of this operative expansion, which, like I say, can go right into the core box from what I understand. The final box is a campaign trays box. This is built by Game Trays. You can keep your operative that you're playing, all 4 of them stored nicely in here, and then you can put all the rest of your components right in there. So now, of course, that does mean this stuff is not going to fit in the core box. So I believe you're going to have to keep this, like, this is going to be your separate box. It's going to have, like it says, your campaign trays. So when you're done with your campaign and if you want to use and save your game, you put everything into here, and then you're good to go. I don't believe this stuff would fit in the core box. I'll have to take a look, but I don't think there's any way this is going to fit in there. But maybe it might, you can maybe remove the insert from the bottom and use this insert at some point. I apologize, I'm not exactly sure how it all works. If you do know, let me know in the comment section below so others can read and learn. But there you go. Those are campaign trays. That is the deal. And there you have it. That is Earth Under Siege Flashpoint. Looks absolutely amazing. The tiles in this game look so good. I do like that the action dice, you've got those action dice things going on. There's so many different ways you can manipulate the dice and give yourself successes and things due to all those different tokens and ability cards that you have. So I think this game will be a ton of fun. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing a playthrough of this, Colin will be doing one very shortly. But if you can't wait till then, please check out the Coop Guild. Steve over there will be doing a playthrough tomorrow on Monday. And today is Sunday at the time of this recording. So there you have it. This is Earth Under Siege, the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so we'll soon know when more content's coming out along with Earth Under Siege Flashpoint. Now, I won't be doing it, like I said, Colin will, because at this time of this recording, I'm actually working on Dungeons of Infinity. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of that very soon, so keep your eyes out for that. And also keep your eyes out for Earth Under Siege that Colin will be doing. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out our Patreon link. It's in the description of this video. Those that are joining the Patreon are shown here on the screen. Thank you so much for your patronage. It does mean the world to us. On top of that, the people that are part of the Patreon get a few perks. One of them is that they're able to see our playthroughs usually about a day or two ahead of time without commercial interruptions. They also give a chance to help make these games their own. We'll give them the opportunity due to like votes and things on who they want to see in the campaign games. So for Earth Under Siege and even one for Dungeons of Infinity, please go check it out right now. If you're interested in voting on what characters I will play in Dungeons of Infinity, that is on our Patreon right now. But Colin will put one up for Earth Under Siege, and you can choose which characters you want to see in Earth Under Siege as he plays through it. Also, when it comes to upgrades and things of that nature, we give our Patreon supporters a chance to help us decide how we're going to move forward with our characters, giving them the opportunity to be part of the game. So there you have it. This is Earth Under Siege. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Do you have this game? Are you interested in this game? Do you know anything about this game? I would like to hear what you have to say in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing, and if you're excited to see Earth Under Siege or anything else that Colin and I have coming up, then I need you to meet me at the table.